Yeah, it's recording now. Dave's still tuning anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I think everybody else is muted. I'll mute myself and turn it over to Dave.
He's a banjo player. He's always tuning.
He needs to always be tuning. Now, that's whether or not he does. Well, while we're waiting on Dave to tune, I'll mention again that I've got this really low dollar green screen here behind me. I went over to Goodwill and got a clothes hanger that expands and locks in place, and then bought a green twin sheet and threw it over it and told the program that I've got a green screen, and that's all it takes. So there it is.
It's impressive.
So this is a song, song. The poem's called She Walks in Beauty Like the Night by Lord Byron. The tune is As I Roved Out on a Bright May Morning. So I put them together in this arrangement. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellow to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express. How pure, how dear their dwelling place, and on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow. a tale of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent.
Yay! Very nice.
Yay, very nice, very nice.
Well, now that you've inaugurated your instrument there, Dave, I guess you can put it on hold for next time and we'll go to Sandy.
Hey, we're back again. I got my husband Jeff here, and we are going to play an Irish tune called Immigrant's Daughter. It's kind of a popular tune you can find on YouTube a lot, and it's a song about people coming into the New World from Ireland, and actually they lose one of their daughters en route on the ship. But sometimes we play at a faster tempo, so instead of her dying, we're thinking of when she was happy on the ship instead of when she dies. So I'm not sure how we're playing it today, but
Okay.
I'm going to play it on alto recorder, and Jeff's going to be on guitar.
Wait. Let me mute everybody and then you can
Okay.
unmute yourself.
Let me check this out.
You can go wherever you want. Okay, let me turn. That way I can see you and me. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Very nice.
We got everybody but Chip unmuted. I'm not sure how you can not.
He just turned you down. It was such a treat to have Sandy and, oh, I forgot his name again. The
Yeah.
two of you, the two of you with us. Really nice. And your hands doing okay? Your wrist, Andy?
Yes,
Yeah.
kind of had a breakthrough yesterday. I played on 3 different Zooms, and this morning for the first time I could almost get it flat. So I think it's making a lot of progress. Thank you for
gotta
asking.
come to more song sessions.
Yeah, I guess that's
You were on
it.
3 yesterday?
That's
Wow.
it. That's do it.
Your
Be around
healing powers.
Yeah,
being
you
around all
did.
you musicians, it just helps, I guess.
Wow. I've been using those little round balls that you put in your hand and flip around, and
Yeah,
I'm finding that that's really giving my hands more strength.
and I got all these things too that I do every time I'm at my desk, just trying to stretch.
Oh, okay. I thought that was brass knuckles there for a minute.
It looks like it, but I'm getting to where I can move it a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Well, Stuart, you up to it? Let me mute you. Here you go.
Okay, I'll be playing this large bazooka of an instrument here called the low G whistle. You need big fingers. I'll be playing this at the beginning and at the end. So Rick, don't cut me off too soon. I'm also playing a ukulele, which makes it ergonomically very difficult to switch from one instrument to another. But we'll try without losing too much of the meter. I'm going to pick up on what Dave started us with As I Roved Out. This was popularized, as traditional tune, popularized by Andy Irvine of Planksty. The song's also known as The Deluded Lover. And I'm adding an extra verse that Andy Irvine missed out for some reason. So here it goes. As I roved out one bright May morning to view the meadows and the flowers gay, when whom should I spy but my own true lover, as she sat under yon willow tree. I took off my hat and I did salute her. I did salute her most courageously, when she turned around, for the tears fell from her, saying, "False young man, you have deluded me. For to delude you, how can that be, love? 'Tis from your body I am quite free. I'm as free from you as the unborn child is, and so are you, my dear, from me. A diamond ring I own I gave you, a diamond ring to wear on your right hand, but the vows you made, love, you went and broke them, and married the lassie that had the land. If I married the lassie that had the land, my love, it's that I'll rue till the day I die. When misfortune falls, sure no man can shun it. I I was blindfolded, I'll ne'er deny. Now at nights when I go to my bed of slumber, the thoughts of my true love run through my mind. When I turned around to embrace my darling, instead of gold, shortest grass I find. And I wish the Queen would go home around me from the West Indies, America and Spain, and every man to his own wedded woman, in hopes that you and I will meet again.
Yay!
Oh, very nice. Wonderful.
I'm glad you warned me there because I might have cut you off before you got switched back again.
You're trigger happy.
Hey,
Yeah,
Stuart, I have a
that's better.
question
That's
about
better
that
than being
song.
trigger unhappy.
I have a question about that song.
Yes.
Who is giving who a diamond ring?
Well, he is. It sounds like she gave him a ring.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Wow, it's folk music. Go with the flow, man.
What if he gave her the diamond ring, and then in the middle of the verse it changes over to her talking?
That's probably that's a better interpretation.
Okay.
But there's this verse there I added about an unborn baby that no one else sings about. So
I like it.
yeah,
The Voice Squad does that one.
yeah, they do.
I never knew there was a voice squad. So
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man, they are great.
A cappella men.
It's a trio of guys, of Irish singers, and they sing in
Pubs.
harmony. And
And
it's
in pubs.
yeah, it's incredibly great. They're on YouTube. You can listen to them.
yeah, I'm writing down their name.
The Voice Squad.
Yeah, they're very good.
Oh God, they're so good.
And they basically sit around a table in a pub and just sing like that, and that's where they're recorded.
Well, hopefully they sing a little differently than you. I mean, you were just a solo guy.
Right. They do it as in harmonies, 3-part harmonies.
Okay, well, let's see. After Stuart, there falls into line Mr. Chip. So I guess I will have to mute everybody, and then you can come out from under cover there, Chip.
All right, I just pasted into the chat. I'm going to play, yeah, yesterday I think it was Sandy and Jeff played a Turlough O'Carolan tune. I love Turlough O'Carolan tunes, so I'm going to play one too. This is my favorite one. In fact, the first one and the only one that I normally play, called Shebeg Shemor, and it actually has words to it. So I pasted them, and I've never sung it, but I pasted them into the chat just in case you want to sing. But Shebeg Shemor, translated roughly, means Big Fairy Hill, Little Fairy Hill, and it tells the story about a fairy war. The lyrics do. So I'm not sure Turlo Carolyn actually wrote them, but because mostly what he liked to write about was drinking and women, because he was a pretty rough character. Anyway, here we go. Shebeg Shamor. And this was written on the Irish harp, so a lot of people will play it on the fiddle, but it really was meant for the Irish harp.
Lovely,
Yeah, that was
lovely,
quite
lovely.
wonderful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Applause, applause.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hey, we're doing that same song for a duo today. I wrote it in the chat. We have quite a few Caroline songs, but that's the one we picked out of our book for today. So we're going to do the same song, but it'll be different instruments.
Sure, we can compare one to the other.
It'll be
I,
different.
I have to ask y'all a weird question. I have to decide whether or not either I or my computer or my audio amplifier are going crazy. If everybody would get as close as they can to their speakers, are you by any chance hearing a little it's just continuous?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
Not me, no.
Well, I'm hoping it's my equipment and not me. It is kind of enraging to a certain level. I'm
Yeah,
trying really hard to ignore it.
You've invaded,
is,
Rick.
is this outside of you, Richard?
Yeah, well, it is outside. I can stick my
Okay,
finger in my ear and it
just
goes
checking.
away.
Okay,
Yes. Okay. Next we have rolling down the lane here. We have Terry.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, you come up every once in a while, so I'll mute everybody and then you
Really
can have it.
I'm running back and forth between these two computers or these two meetings.
Okay, don't forget to unmute.
I was going somewhere in the car the other day, and I stumbled across this little radio station somewhere in the bottom half of the dial, and it said it was Radio Dismute, Dismute, and they turn out to be some organization out of Fort Worth that is dedicated to the music of the early 20th century, and particularly 20s and 30s, dance band music.
What frequency was it?
It was, it was, I was trying to get to 98 point something, I think, or kind of, no, it was maybe 88 point something, low 90s, upper 80s. And I couldn't
Okay.
find them again. I could, but you can look them up on the internet. That's what it is, the internet. Uh, I looked for radio dismute, Dismute. Does dismute as a way of unmuting. But the odd thing was they didn't have any commentary except an occasional station identification. They just played one recording after the next without saying who it was, or if you listen to them on the internet, you can see they at least display who it is and when it was recorded. But surprised the hell out of me. Okay, let's see. Here's I really don't know the origins of this song, but I heard it from the Watersons. I think my harmonica's out of tune, but you can put up with it, I guess. I like to rise when the sun, she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands. Ride for the life of a country boy and to ramble in the new mown hay. In the spring we mow, in the spring we sow, in the harvest mow, and that is how the seasons around they go. But of all the times choose I may, I be rambling in the new mown hay. 'Cause I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands, and to rock for the life of a country boy and ramble in the new mown hay. In the winter when the sky is gray, we hedge and ditch our times away. In the summer when the sun shines gay, we go rambling in the new mown hay. 'Cause I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands, and rock for the life of a country boy to ramble in the new mown hay. And this is where we all sing a cappella together and make this great chorus with lots of harmonies. So you guys do that and imagine you hear everyone else. So I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands, and a rock for the life of a country boy and rambling in the new mown hay. Hey.
Yay!
It's obscure, but good.
Very good. Hey Terry, it's appears to be Radio Dismuke, Dismuke.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Sounds like somebody's name, I think.
Yeah, there was a pharmacy here in Austin, Bismuth
Right,
Pharmacy.
43rd.
Ah, I see.
Oh, for years. Now it's that Italian place.
Yeah.
I think it's probably some guy in Fort Worth.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I can't get the frequency, but you can listen to it online.
Yeah, yeah. It surprised the hell out of me. And you know.
It may be one of those low power FM
Uh-huh.
stations. I tried to get several of those for Texas Department of Transportation when I was their radio engineer, and it was some sort of deal where you had to get into a lottery and you really couldn't be a state agency, and so I just said okay.
Yeah, I was just tuning down from KUT going down to KMFA, and it just popped up.
Oh, okay.
Olsen,
See, now that
Foxtrot.
gives me a much better, KUT down to KMFA. That's a narrow.
It
You know,
is.
something in the lower half of the dial is kind of, ooh.
I just put it in the chat if you want to look it up online. It's
Yeah,
onlineradiobox.com.
Yeah.
I think it was Radio Luxembourg, but that's an English joke. So look it up sometime.
Is there such a thing as an English joke?
We have a race.
Funny.
I see. Okay, well, Mary Jane, it has fallen to you, and I will mute everybody, and then you can have it. Mute all, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do Skibbereen. It's a traditional Irish song. Oh, Father dear, I oft times hear you talk of Erin's Isle. Her lofty scenes, her valleys green, her mountains rude and wild. They say it is a pretty place wherein a prince might dwell. Oh, why did you abandon it? The reason to me tell. Oh, son, I loved my native land with energy and pride, till a blight came over all my crops, my sheep and cattle died. The rent and taxes were so high I could not them redeem, and that's the cruel reason why I left old Skibbereen. Oh, well do I remember that bleak December day, when the landlord and the sheriff came to drive us all away. They set my roof on fire with their demon yellow spleen, and that's another reason why I left old Skibbereen. Your mother, too, God rest her soul, fell on the snowy ground. She fainted in her anguish, seeing the desolation round. She never rose, but passed away from life to immortal dream. She found a quiet grave, me boy, in dear old Skibbereen. And you were only 2 years old, and feeble was your frame. I could not leave you with our friends, you bore your father's name. I wrapped you in my coat of more in the dead of night unseen. I heaved a sigh and said goodbye to dear old Skibbereen.
Irish blues, baby. Irish blues.
A good depressing one, but I really liked that one. I heard Sinead O'Connor doing it with the Chieftains, and so I've found other verses, but I like the one she did. The other verses didn't seem to hang together with the song that well.
Okay. Well, I guess it falls to me. So it's down to the bottom of the list. You know how that works. So now that everybody's quiet and I'm loud, this is a piece called Not Not. The second one is spelled K-N-O-T. The first one is spelled N-O-T. Don't worry about the front, just worry about the back. Don't worry about the trail, just worry about the track. When you worry about the back, you got to worry who tied it. You don't worry about the color, you just worry who dyed it. Don't worry about a song, don't worry about a rhyme. Don't worry about a song, just worry when it's time. They see him coming down the street. They don't worry about his mask. They don't worry about the knot. They just worry about the task. They worry what he's coming for. Will he do just what he do? Will he ever get it over? Will he ever make it through? It's the man in the bandana. He's a coming like he's rough. Just don't worry about that night. You'll sure know that he's tough.
Yay!
Cut and paste the whole thing.
That was kind of a weird one, but hey, you know, I'm last, so
That's okay.
it doesn't make that much difference. Certainly not to me, but since it's Dave's time, we'll hope that he gets louder than that beep, beep, beep that's driving me crazy like rain on my forehead in a Chinese torture situation.
Sometimes that's the sound that a backup power supply makes when the power goes out, but it's still providing power to your computer. Do you have a backup power supply?
Except I'm holding my ear down to the speaker and it's coming out of the speaker.
Oh, speaker. Okay, yeah.
You know, since I only have one ear, things could be anywhere in the room and make noise. And everything's out there. But since I proved it by listening to the speaker, I'm done in. Okay, Dave, I'll mute everybody. And that's up to you. Mute all. Here we go.
Okay, this is another song, which is actually a poem. One of the Yeats pieces I've done 7 of them so far. This is called September 1913. And the tune I picked to go with it is called The Flower of Maharalio. I should say that the O'Leary that's referenced was an Irish patriot. In fact, all the names in the song were Irish patriots. What need you having come to sense, but fumble in a greasy till, and add the halfpence to the pence, and prayer to shivering prayer until you have dried the marrow from the bone, for men were born to pray and save. Romantic Ireland is dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet they were of a different kind, those names that stilled your childish play. They have gone around the world like wine, but little time had they to pray for whom the hangman's rope was spun, and what, God help us, could they save? Romantic Ireland's dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Was it for this the wild goose spread their grey wing upon every tide? For this that all that blood was shed, for this Edward Fitzgerald died, and Robert Emmet and Wolfe Tone, all that delirium of the brave. Romantic Ireland is dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet could we turn the years again and call those exiles as they were, in all their loneliness and pain, you'd cry some woman's yellow hair has maddened every mother's son. They weighed so lightly what they gained. But let them be, they're dead and gone. They're with O'Leary in the grave.
Hey, very good.
Nice, very nice.
And welcome to Tom, muted though he is. Yeah, you out there in the garden. I guess a bee bit you on the, let's see, what's our...
I still haven't figured out why it asks you if you want to be unmuted sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
There you are. Okay, you're now unmuted. You know, it's really dangerous when you unmute Tom.
From experience.
It's like, you know, when you got an old tire rolling downhill, what do you do to stop it?
Why stop it? Just
Yes.
you need to be tired.
He's not tired, he's tireless.
Thank you very much. Very
Thank
good. Good.
You're welcome.
He's stuck with an old moon pie. That's all it is. Well, I put you on the list here now, and since Dave has started the second round here, we'll slide right on over to Sandy and Jeff. So I'll mute everybody, and you guys can unmute.
Okay, unmute. Okay, well we're doing the Shebang and Shamor song also. We found that one, thought that would be a good one to play. So everybody already knows what it's about. It's about these two fairy hills, Shebang and Shamor. And let's see. This time I'm going to play it on a soprano recorder, and Jeff will be on guitar.
Right.
Okay. My thing here. Okay.
I have a big intro.
Is that where you sing, Keith?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right. Okay, well, okay, here's the A.
Those are very impressive solos there.
Lovely, lovely.
Really nice.
I would like to mention, for those of us who are so in love with Carolyn's music, as I am, this is the book, Carolyn, The Lifetimes and Music of an Irish Harper. And it's the 1-volume improved 2001 edition by Donald O'Sullivan. It contains all the extant information about his life and all of his extant tunes.
Wow.
So if you love Carolyn the way we do, this is the one to have.
Cool.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, anybody got anything else before we roll on to the Stewart land? I guess not. Okay, Stewart, mute all. Got it.
Okay, this is going to do a real Irish song here. Just want to show my Irish shirt, which I got a couple of years ago. About 3 years ago, I took my wife and my mother-in-law, who's in her 90s, to Ireland. And it was a lovely trip. Enjoyed every moment of it. We got off the plane and got to a hotel. There was no luggage. Our luggage hadn't arrived. So being smart, the first thing you do is you go down to the local tourist shop, where I purchased this lovely Irish t-shirt from a Korean Irish person, because it's modern Ireland. And that's the way it is in Dublin. This is one of many songs that were written about the 1798 rebellion. You know, like Bull of Vogue is one, and so on. It's the most famous one. And I kind of asked myself, and I'm sure David has the authority here, why so many great songs about the 1798 rebellion? And the answer is 1898. There was a centenary, height of Victorian era music writing, so everybody and their brother got to write a nice song about their favorite rebel. This is a song called The Croppy Boy. And I'm glad to have a Chihuahua in the audience now. Thank you very much. The Croppy Boy, the name Croppy means you have a short haircut, which indicates you're one of the rebels, because your hair's been cropped. This is similar to the version that Liam Clancy does, but I've added a couple of extra verses, so that this is not that long a song, but we include the boy, his mother, his father, his sister, his brother, and his cousin. It's a sad song. 'Twas early, early, all in the spring, the birds did whistle and sweetly sing, spreading their notes from tree to tree, and the song they sang was Old Ireland Free. 'Twas early, early in the night, the yeoman cavalry gave me a fright. Yeoman cavalry was my downfall, and taken was I by Lord Cornwall. 'Twas in the guardhouse where I was laid, and in the parlour where I was tried. My sentence passed and my spirits low, when to Duncannon I was forced to go. As I was walking past my father's house, my brother William stood at the door. My aged father stood at the door, and my tender mother her hair she tore. As I was walking past Wexford Street, my own first cousin I chanced to meet. My own first cousin did me betray, and for one bare guinea swore my life away. My sister Mary heard the express, She ran downstairs in a morning dress. 500 guineas I will lay down to see my brother safe in Wexford town. As I was walking up Wexford Hill, who could blame me to cry my fill? I looked behind and I looked before, but my tender mother I ne'er see more. As I was mounted on the platform high, my aged father was standing by. My aged father did me deny, and the name he gave me was the Croppy Boy. It was in Duncannon this young man died. It was in Duncannon this young man lies. And you good people that do pass by will say a prayer for the Croppy Boy. And you good people that do pass by will say a prayer for the Croppy Boy.
Stuart, I think a modern equivalent of Crappie Boy might be the mop tops of the 60s that like the Beatles.
I think skinheads are closer.
Yeah, well, closer in one way, further in another. It does have to do with hair.
Yeah, it's true.
In one form or another. Okay, well, gosh. It looks like we're down to Chip.
Yay, Chip.
Down to Chip. You know, you let the chips fall where they may. I will silence everybody. Boom.
All right. So I hadn't heard an Irish fiddle set yet, so I figured I better do one. I was trying to wrestle with what to do as a second tune and kind of bounce between several, but I decided to do this one. This is going to be an Irish set done in an Irish format, so we'll do each tune twice. First tune is in the key of D, the second tune is in the key of G, and the third tune is in the key of D. The first tune, actually, this is kind of a transcontinental Irish set, because the first tune is actually, I learned it as Rachel, but it's often called the Texas Quick Step, so it may or may not fit in this set. So anyway, second tune is called Spootisgary, actually a Scottish tune, and then the last one we'll do Silver Spear will be the last tune. So there we go, here we go.
nice, very nice, very nice.
Tell you what, if I'd had my air conditioner turned down just a little bit lower, I would have been tempted to go off over there where you couldn't see me and dance a little bit on that one.
Yeah, live.
Yeah, those are good dance tunes.
Yeah,
That was
very moving.
By the way, I called up Jim Turtelot because I was a little concerned because I hadn't seen him in the song sessions. And he was taking a nap.
He's real active on Facebook.
Yeah. So anyway, he was taking a nap, so I gave him a proper scolding.
Excellent.
Good.
Well, he was napping while we were all working so hard.
Right, yes. Sweat's rolling off our brows.
Lies.
Santa Claus.
Exaggerate.
Hey, you're sitting out there in the hot sun, you know. I mean, what can I say about that? Terry, I guess it's time for you to work up the sweat.
Okay.
Let me mute this and see whether or not you can expend some ergs. Unmute.
I like to keep the repertoire varied, but I lose track of so many song sessions, and I lose track of what I've sung and what I haven't. But I thought I'd do Tom Pierce. I don't know if I've done that one for this group, but you know it anyway. Tom Pierce, lend me your gray mare, all along down, along out, along me, for I want to go to Whitticombe Fair with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and Dawn, old Uncle Tom Cobley and Dawn. And when shall I again see me gray mare, all along down, along out, along me? By Friday noon or Saturday, sing with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. So they harnessed and bridled his old gray mare, all along out, along down, along me, and off they drove up to Whitticombe Fair with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and Dawn, old Uncle Tom Cobley and Dawn. Gotta get them all in. Old Uncle Tom Cobley and on. Old Uncle Tom Cobley and on. Then Friday came and Saturday soon. All along down, along out, along Lee. Tom Pierce's gray mare hath not trotted home with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Dan Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. So Tom hied him up to the top of the hill, all along down, along out, along me. And he sees his old mare come making her will with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. Now Tom Pierce's old mare, she took sick and died, all along out, along down, along Lee. And Tom sat him down on a stone and he cried with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. Did I get them all? Old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. Stuart says I missed one. Uncle Tom Cobley and all. When the wind whistles cold on the moor of a night, all along down along out along Lee, Tom Pierce's old mare doth appear, ghostly white with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. And all the night long be heard shrieks and groans, all along down along out along Lee. Tom Pierce's old mare just a rattling her bones with Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. Bill Brewer, Jan Stewart, Peter Gurney, Peter Davy, Daniel Whitten, Harry Hawk, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all, old Uncle Tom Cobley and all. One of those veterinary.
Yay!
Well, that's one of those that's very close to 99 bottles of beer, I think. It's like if it isn't endless, it's right next to it.
99 verses later.
Yeah, at least. Okay, well, I guess we're down to Mary Jane again.
Okay.
What a deal. Let me meet everybody. Meet all, yes.
Okay, this one is the Moonshiner, a traditional Irish song. But the version I'm using is a Clancy Brothers version. It's in D, so it's pretty easy to play along with if you wanted to. And I thought about this song. Terry did a song, it might not have been at this group, but it starts with, I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, leave me alone. And this song starts out the exact same way, the exact line, only it's a different tune. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry and I'll drink when I'm dry, and if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I've been a moonshiner for many a year and spent all me money on whiskey and beer. I'll go to some hollow and set up me still, and I'll make you a gallon for a 10-shilling bill. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry and I'll drink when I'm dry, and if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I'll go to some hollow in this country, 10 gallons of wash, I can go on a spree. No women to follow, the world is all mine, and I love none no better as I love the moonshine. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry moonshine, dear moonshine, oh how I love thee. You kill me, oh Father, but are you try me? Oh bless all moonshiners and bless all moonshine. Oh, its breath smells as sweet as the dew on the vine. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry and I'll drink when I'm dry. And if moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
Yay!
Very nice.
Well, thanks.
We'll leave you alone, but I'll have something to drink here in a minute. Okay. After Mary Jane slides in Mr. Tomas. Tomas. I'll mute everybody first. Then you have to unmute yourself.
Done that.
Unmute yourself.
Done that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
As you know, I do a thing called Midnight Muse, which goes from midnight to dawn every Saturday night. And it is entirely a composition of the people who are part of it. And it was beautiful last night because we, and it's a poem, of course, this is all about, and you're in it. And it's called Everything Happens at the Very Same Time. As Sandy and her classical guitarist husband were creating harmonics together, young masked Austinites were outside APD headquarters demanding justice. Of course, there have been deaths, assaults upon the body politic of Austin. Of course, demonstrators have been shot, tear gassed, beanbagged, beaten with batons. Of course, it is rare for APD to take responsibility for their violence. If we were to look at the documented violence, it would diminish all our trust. So we affirm peace with poetry, music, art, and healing. It seems strange to hear the young children of Austin hippies sing "We Shall Overcome" in August 2020. The joy and light of walkers and bicycle riders, all with their camera phones documenting, comes up against the horses and bicycles of police clearing the Austin streets. This could be Russia in 1905 or 1917. It's Austin, Texas, midnight, August 1, 2020. So I turn into a midnight muse and weave what harmonies are possible and necessary to stitch together a body politic, which is also a community of peaceful people, by art, music, poetry, conversation till dawn, healing by any means necessary. That's it, folks. And you weren't there.
Alto or soprano?
I'm not alto or soprano, either one. I'm bass.
I'm all tenor.
Cool. Very nice.
I can sing down here.
That was last night. That's ancient history.
Yeah, well, any time before the last breath you took is ancient history.
True. You speak the truth, Rick. That's absolute truth. Prana,
There's no other way to speak other than the truth, unless you happen to be the person that this next poem is about.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to mute all.
You would, wouldn't you?
Rick, if you're talking, you're muted.
Mute. Okie doke. There we go. I said this is a song about an awful man. That's the name of it, and it's written by Jan Sides, who's a local singer-songwriter. And I told her that I would read it, and so I will read it. It's sprung fully clothed from today's posts and news stories, says she. He's never read the Bible. He's never prayed for anything. He's never asked forgiveness. He don't think he needs to. His God is money. His religion is greed. His love is for himself. He doesn't even see you. It's awful, man. Invoking laws he can't understand. Before a church he won't attend. He won't care how it will end. It's awful, man. His heroes are dictators. He wants for you to fear him. He wants you to admire him. He's ambitious for power. His friends are other bullies and also corporations. He'll get cooperation and he won't care how. This is awful man, invoking laws he can't understand. Before a church he won't attend. He won't care how it will end. He's awful man. Hoping for a real leader, praying for a real leader, waiting for a real leader. Come on, November. Because this is awful man, invoking laws he can't understand. Before a church he won't attend. He won't care how it will end. It's awful man. And I've got to tell you that, I normally don't read political stuff here, but, since we're kind of talking mainly about the politics of a country that's across the Atlantic Ocean in this particular song circle, I felt like this might be appropriate, but I thought I'd do it at the beginning so we could get to the end and the people that don't like it could forgive me. So that's it.
I like
Hang
it.
on.
I liked it too.
Huzzah!
I'll tell her it was Huzzah.
Yeah. She'll know. She'll understand.
Okay, well, since we've run down to the bottom of the thing and the drain is empty, we'll have to fill it back up again, starting with Mr. Dave. Well, wish I had some of that ice, Stuart. I've taken over my ice tray from my ice maker and filled it up with food. I had a friend who decided he was allergic to certain food, and he gave me all of that kind of food.
It's not the ice, it's the ouzo.
Ah, I see. Whosoever did that.
Aha!
I see.
Ah!
I see.
I see.
Let me know when I should mute it. Okay, here we go. Mute all gone.
Okay, so this particular poem song is by Emily Dickinson. And she never really titled any of her pieces, but the first line is, "Will there really be a morning?" So that's become the title. And it's interesting to note that in the poem, the words morning and day are in quotation marks. The tune is an old hymn tune called "For the Bread Which You Have Broken." Will there really be a morning? Is there such a thing as day? Could I see it from the mountains if I were as tall as they? Has it feet like water lilies? Has it feathers like a bird? Does it come from famous countries of which I have never heard? Oh, some scholar, oh, some sailor, oh, some wise men from the skies, please to tell a little pilgrim near the place called morning lies. Will there really be a morning? Is there such a thing as day? Could I see it from the mountains if I were as tall as they?
nice.
Thank you so much. Emily lives.
Nice,
Yay!
nice combo, that.
Really good. Really good. You animate her. Wonderful.
Uh-oh. Somebody stepped on the Chihuahua.
Oops.
Leg.
Okay, well, let's see. We're starting down the second waterfall here, and that takes care of Dave. And now we're off to Sandy and Jeff.
Okay.
So here we go with the mute. Mute all now. You got to unmute. You got to unmute, Sandy.
Okay, this one, this piece is called Hush the Waves, and it's a Gaelic lullaby. And the way the story goes, there's a big storm coming, and so the husband is out putting all the livestock into the barn, and the kids are kind of scared because it's a big storm, and so the mother is singing a lullaby to the baby to try to keep it calm. And the lullaby doesn't have any words, and it's called Hush the Waves, and she just sings it on lulu lulu lulu. So I'm going to play the melody of what the mother sings to the baby, and this time I'm going to be playing it on a concert soprano recorder. It's made out of boxwood, and Jeff will be on guitar. Okay, try to get to where you can see us here. Can you see you there? Okay.
Ready?
No, keys. Okay.
Very pretty, very pretty.
Very
Thank
pretty.
you.
Very nice.
Hopefully the baby
Sublime.
went to sleep. All the chihuahuas went to sleep, so it
Yeah,
worked.
I have to ask Tom, are you studying to be a bat?
No. I am a bat. I don't need to study.
Okay.
I don't think he's studying to be a bat. He's just bats.
Thank you so much.
That's a lovely tone on that boxwood whistle, that boxwood
We'll be
recorder.
upside down too. Like
Yeah,
Tom.
that's right. Hey, we're all together in this, upside down at the bottom of the world. You mentioned waterfalls.
Poets stick together. Got to be upside down.
Solidarity, brother. Either hang separately or hang together. We'll hang together.
Aren't we?
I don't know what to make of that, but I'm calling on Stuart to bring some sort of rationality to this.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, I was suddenly reminded of the Lost Boys there for a while, but anyway, this I learned this from Dave. There's a tradition in Irish folk songs about an idealized version of Ireland, of a peaceful, beautiful island, unified, that's in the form of a beautiful young maiden. And most of the songs about them involve some dirt poor farmer or peasant who's had a few to drink and runs into the most gorgeous looking young woman on the way home to his farm. And she invites him to come hither, and he's just about to kiss her on the lips, and she disappears. As does the beautiful unified island of that dream. This version is not quite as deliberate as that, and this woman may exist, but she probably doesn't. It's called "For Ireland I'll Not Tell Her Name," and it's an old Irish harp tune. Last eve as I wandered quite near to the border of my little farm, a beautiful maiden appeared, whose loveliness caused my heart's harm. By a daring and love-smitten sour, and the words from her sweet lips that came. To meet her I raced the field o'er, but for Ireland I'll not tell her name. If this beauty my words would heed, the words that I speak would be true. I'd help her in every need, and indeed all her work I would do, to win one fond kiss from my love. I'd read her romances of fame, her champion I daily would prove, but for Ireland I'll not tell her name. Da-dee-da-da-do-do-do-do, da-da-dee-da-da-dum, da-dee-dee, da-dee-da-da-da-dee-dee-doo, dee-dee-dee-do-do-do-do-do, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's a beautiful, stately young maid at the nearing of my little farm. She's welcoming, kind, unafraid. Her smile is both childlike and warm. Her gold hair in masses that grow like amber, and sheen is that same, and the bloom in her cheeks like the rose. But for Ireland I'd not tell her name. her gold hair in masses that grows like amber, and sheen is that same, and the bloom in her cheeks like the rose, but for Ireland I'll not tell her name.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
So many sad songs, Stuart, today.
I got a whole book full of them.
Looks
Only
like Tom
one
fell
person died so far. I've just got started.
Looks like Tom fell plumb off entirely.
He's he's probably visiting the land down under. He'll be right back, I'm sure.
Oh,
Well, it's chips time, so
Okay. All right, with the poems, the poems bordering on political, I thought maybe I would do a tune. This isn't an Irish tune; it's an old-time tune. It's actually gotten quite popular, and it's not really that old. It was written around. Let's see, it was written around, I don't know, 2010 or 11, somewhere in that time frame, and it marks a very historical event like many old-time tunes. So this one's called Obama's March to the White House.
That's a lovely tune, lovely, lovely tune.
Yes.
That's how I remember it. That's how I remember it
Beautiful.
happening.
written by the Canote brothers.
And
Hmm.
that's
Oh yeah,
O,
yeah.
O apostrophe B, isn't it? O apostrophe B-A-M-A,
From
Oba.
Seattle.
It may
From
be,
Seattle,
yes.
right?
They're from up in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle or Portland somewhere.
They're terrific. Look them up on YouTube. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Well, Terry, it's drifted over to you. So let me mute everybody here, and you can have it. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I was waiting until I was worth unmuting. Let's see.
Don't hold it that long.
As a soldier and a sailor were traveling one day, said the soldier to the sailor, shall we sit down and pray? Let's pray for the welfare and good of all men, and to everything I say, do you say amen? We'll pray for the young boys who stay home and plow and maintain their families by the sweat of their brow. Sorry. Good luck and good fortune them always attend, and money aplenty, said the soldier, amen. Let's pray for the young girls who stay home and spend and go to nice parties where we all have been. Good luck and good fortune may they always attend, and sweethearts to court them, said the soldier, amen. We'll pray for the miser with hands full of gold, who neither spends it nor lends it nor gives to the poor. Bad luck and misfortune may they always attend, and the devil to take him, said the soldier, amen. Now what shall we pray for? Let's pray for some beer, some glorious, beautiful, wonderful beer. And if we have one pint, we might as well have 10. Let's have the whole brewery, said the soldier, amen. Now what shall we pray for? Shall we pray for a wench? Oh glory, please let her be French. And if we have one wench, well, we might as well have 10. Let's have the whole harem, says the soldier, amen. Now what shall we pray for? Let's pray for our peace, from Cape Town to Belfast, from Glasgow to Greece. And if we have 1 year, we may as well have 10. May there never be another war, said the soldier. Amen.
Amen.
Yay!
Hooray!
The power of faith.
I basically think that's probably not going to happen, but it's a good thing to wish for. A friend of mine always says, peace, still possible. So, with that being said, on over to Mary Jane.
Well, I thought it was time for another depressing one.
Okay, let me mute everybody and then you can depress them.
Okay. But this one is so familiar that it might not have any effect on you. It's cockles and mussels. Alive, alive, oh. I think it's about a plague or something. But we'll see.
Not those kind, Stuart. Behave yourself.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set me eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled a wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, but sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before. And they both wheeled their barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Yay!
I still can't hear that without thinking of that film, Premature Burial with Vincent Price, because that song was a recurring theme, and it didn't occur to me because nobody sang it. It was just that melody that came through it. And then later I learned the words and I went, oh, yeah, that was pretty fitting music for a premature burial. Yeah. But that was well done. Thank you.
Thanks.
And then we're up against Mr. Not Here Anymore. So I guess since he's Mr. Not Here Anymore, we'll just skip him. And it'll just be my turn. I guess that's a positive thing. Who knows? We'll see. Let me mute everybody. I don't want to mute myself here. Let's see. Well, this is one that's more fitting than some of the poems that I read. This is by Douglas Dunn. It's Remembering Friends Who Feared Old Age and Dementia More Than Death. Just to keep it cheerful. Even when just the other day, from then to now feels decades away, the name at the back of the mind. What can I say? That memory's fickle, that fretting over a lost name or forgotten month makes you feel guilty, mindless, and blind. That it's perfectly natural to feel the labyrinth where the aging process might one day take you into the land of forgetting. You said it, friends. Too true. Dictionaries become indispensable. There's an urge to reread the Bible. That song was in what key? Over the hill, round the corners, round the bends, and nuts to you too as I check my diary for whatever it is I'm supposed to be today or the next. That old clock sorcery I don't depend on, though I know I should, in which you overdid, old friends. No, I don't think you did. Not now I'm older. No one looks forward to being old and alone. The carer with a spoon, visitors gone, boredom and fright on television. How do you understand the merry young as you endure a dragging afternoon with 100 names on the tip of your tongue, unable to cheer yourself up, in a constant state of indecision? Cheers! Let's pour another cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess there was an upbeat part there, the very last line, but there's nothing like another cup
Yes.
to change the status. So now that we've gone through and Tom has fallen off the end of the ladder, it's Dave's time again. So I'll mute everybody if you're ready. Dave, are you? Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this is I'm doing song poems today. This one is going back to William Butler Yeats, one of his most famous poems, which he called The Second Coming. And the tune I've selected is an old Irish song called An Bhaidhinn Mhara, which means the sea maiden or the maiden from the sea. And the song originally appears to be about a female Silky. But anyway, it goes with the poem. So, The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dim tide is loosed and everywhere. The ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely the second coming is at hand. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming, hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight, a waste of desert sand. A shape with lion body and the head of a man. A gaze blank and pitiless as the sun is moving its slow thighs, while all about it wind shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born.
Yes, I remember that last line. It's every time you play that, it's you get to the last line and I go, oh, that poem. Okay. That's one that sounds like you had to kind of do some massaging to get it to fit the music.
Okay, doggy, come on in.
Is that true or was it easy?
It was a little tricky.
Okay. Well, Sandy and Jeff, are you ready for the next round?
We're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, here we go. Muting.
I'm muted.
Okay, everybody has been doing a story. Our next one is called My Dear Eveline, and it's based on Thomas More's words. When shall the swan her death notes singing sleep with wings and darkness furled? When with heaven its sweet bell ringing call my spirit from this stormy world? And the Irish tune is called Silent O'Moyle, but we kind of renamed it My Dear Eveline because we thought that it was more of a love song instead of a death song. So we're going to do this one. Let me stand up. Okay, see if I can try to get so you can see both of us. Okay. You ready?
That's lovely, lovely.
Beautiful.
Irish chamber music. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, I guess those who were in the Irish chambers.
Ah,
Hopefully it's not the toilet kind of chambers.
they had
Oh
lots,
yeah, yeah. Well,
lots of pots in the Irish chambers.
With the
I wasn't
Irish
thinking of that.
chambermaids.
well, let's
Good
see.
name
We'll.
for a group, the Irish chambermaids.
I guess we can sink down low enough to
How low
Be,
do
uh,
you go?
be on a level here with Stuart. It's your turn, Stuart. uh,
Yeah. If I ever had a band, it would be like Stuart Hampton and the Night Soil. There we go. That's not the whole story. All right, I'm going to do a cheerful song. Just to not get too typecast here. This is a song called The Galway Shaw, a good old favourite. At Oranmore in the county Galway, one pleasant evening in the month of May, I spied a damsel. She was young and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. But she wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway shawl. We kept on walking, she kept on talking, till her father's cottage came into view. She said, "Come in, sir, and meet my father, and play to please him, the foggy Jew." She sat me down beside the hearthstone. I could see her father, he was 6 feet tall, and soon her mother had the kettle singing. All I could think of was the Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamond, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. But she wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway shawl. I played the blackbird, the stack of barley, her rod in its glory, and the foggy dew. She sang each note like an Irish linnet, and tears welled in her eyes of blue. 'Twas early, early, all in the morning, I hit the road for old Donegal. She said, "Goodbye, sir." She cried and she kissed me, but my heart remains with the Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. But she wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. But she wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway
Very nice. Woo.
Yeah.
Cheerful, cheerful.
Okay.
Yes, I'm smiling already.
Nobody died on that one, but there's more.
Show over.
Well, maybe Chip will find a little bit of pathos for us, you know.
Well, I figured it's time to bring us all back down again after that.
Oh,
jazz
okay. Yeah, we flew too high. The wax might come undone. Here we go.
All right. There we go. All right, yes. Anyway, no, this one isn't too bad depressing. I heard this song from, I think it was a Dubliners album years and years ago, and so I've done it quite a while in a little bit different version than theirs.
You need to speak up a little bit, Chip.
Can't hear me? All right. How about that? Better?
Say something.
Hello.
There you go.
Better. I'm not going to be that close. How's that? Guitar? All right. Anyway, this, and then I'll follow it up with a song I learned from, it's Doc Watson, not a Doc Watson tune, but Bonaparte's Retreat, how Doc Watson might have picked it, so it'll be a little bit of a medley here. First one's called The Nightingale. As I went to walking one morning in May, I met a young couple so fond they did stray. And one was a young maid so sweet and so fair, and the other was a soldier in the brave Grenadier. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went walking along ago like sister and brother. They went walking along ago till they came to the sea, and they both sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing. Then out of his knapsack he pulled a fine fiddle, and he played her such merry tunes that you ever did hear. And he played her such merry tunes that the valleys did ring, and softly cried the fair maid as the nightingale sang. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went walking along ago like sister and brother. They went walking along ago till they came to the sea, and they both sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing. Well, I'm off to India for 7 long years, drinking wines and strong whiskeys instead of strong beers. But if e'er I return again, 'twill be in the spring, and we'll both sit down together, love, to hear the nightingale sing. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went walking along ago like sister and brother. They went walking along ago till they came to the sea, and they both sat down together, love, to hear the nightingale sing. Well then, said the fair maid, will you marry me? Oh no, said the soldier, however can that be? For I've my own wife at home in my own country, and she's the finest little maid that you ever did see. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went walking along ago like sister and brother. They went walking along ago till they came to the sea, and they both sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.
I think
Appreciate
that would get Bonaparte to retreat, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wow. I hadn't heard that piece in a long time.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different from than you might hear it in an old time circle.
Right. Well, Terry, you ready to pick up the axe and chop the tree?
I think I'm. I think I'm going to call it a day. Jim has inspired me to go take a nap.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well we'll just X you right out. How's that?
Okay, I'm next.
Well, enjoyed your
So
time here.
I will bid adieu, and see you next time we get together.
Bye, Terry.
Bye.
Okay, Mary Jane. You gonna take a nap or you gonna do it?
I'm going to unmute, but then you're going to mute me again, aren't you?
What's that?
I'm just checking your muting situation.
Oh, okay. Here goes.
Okay. No, I couldn't sleep in this chair. This is not the most comfortable chair in the world. Unlike Dave has a great chair for sleeping. Yeah, well, I'm just going to do a joyful song, Marty's Wedding. It's a Scottish song, a traditional melody. The lyrics are somebody named by Hugh Robertson. I don't really know how old it is necessarily, but it's one that flute players seem to like. And it's in D, and it's, once again, a real easy song to play along with if anybody wanted to join me. And I think I might stick a kazoo break in the middle of it too, since it's so joyful and all. Step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Marty's wedding. Over hill, way up and down, myrtle green and bracken brown, past the shieling through the town, all for sake of Marty. Step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Marty's wedding. Plenty herring, plenty meal, plenty peat to fill her creel, plenty bonny bairns as well, that's the toast for Marty. cheeks as bright as Rowan's are, brighter far than any star. Fairest of them all by far is my darling Maudie. Step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Maudie's wedding. Over hill, way up and down, myrtle green and bracken brown, past the shieling through the town, all for sake of Maudie. Step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Maudie's wedding.
Yay!
Hey.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Very nice.
And nobody died.
Yeah, well, that's a kind of a wedding song, a joyful song.
Right. Okay, well, Tom still hadn't put an appearance back in, so I guess it's down to me again. And this is one that I called, let me get everybody muted here. This is one that I call the dance. It's kind of a misleading thing, but it has to do with light and dark and colors. Photographs of a life not yet led fill my mind till there's not room for sunsets, shades of red. Shadows flick back and forth as possibilities are so and not when I'll move south and north. We danced one night that'd never end, when our love seemed to grow like a letter you'd never send. Black and white flashes into color. Sepia turns past gold and blue till shadows we can't follow. Will life have one path or three? Can one make a deep, worn tread? I'll leave you with that one.
Yay!
Well, that's one of those weird ones that, you know, you have to be inside my head to know what I meant, and I don't even know. So there you go. So next up is Mr. Dave again.
Well, I'm going to need to check out, folks. Take care.
Well,
Enjoyed
gosh, Chip, it was really nice to have you.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for being here.
All right. Well, we'll check you the next time.
Well, enjoy your nap.
All right, I will. Take care.
Bye. I hear a chihuahua just really carrying on there somewhere.
That's our house.
Okay.
Three different ones have come on the screen today. We've got 3 blondes and 3 redheads. So they keep wanting to go in and out of the room, and they're just a mess. They're all rescues.
Well, that's kind of like us, I guess.
Yeah, we need rescuing. These all need lots of extra love. They've all been injured. We're medical rescues. We take them when they've been injured, like run over by a car or
Oh my.
torn up by another animal. So they're real gentle.
Well, Consuelo, let me know when you're ready for me to mute everybody.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, this particular poem is by a man known to us as Lewis Carroll, whose real name was Charles Lutwidge Dodgson, but it's from a book he wrote called Alice Through the Looking Glass and What She Found There. And it's called The Walrus and the Carpenter. And the tune is Down in the Willow Garden. was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billow smooth and bright. And this was odd because it was the middle of the night. The moon was shining sulkily because she thought the sun had got no business to be there after the day was done. It's very rude of him, she said, to come and spoil the fun. The sea was wet could be. The sands were dry as dry. You could not see a cloud because no cloud was in the sky. No birds were flying overhead. There were no birds to fly. The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand. If this were only cleared away, they said it would be grand. If 7 maids with 7 mops swept it for half a year, do you suppose the walrus said that they could get it clear? I doubt it, said the carpenter, and shed a bitter tear. Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to each. The eldest oyster looked at them, never a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eye and shook his heavy head, meaning to say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed. But 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, you know, they hadn't any feet. 4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4. And thick and fast they came at last, more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore. The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low. And all the little oysters stood and waited in a row. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, whether pigs have wings. But wait a bit, the oysters cried, before we have our chat. For some of us are out of breath, and all of us are fat. No hurry, said the carpenter, they thanked him much for that. A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed. But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue. After such kindness, that would be a dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the walrus said, do you admire the view? It was so kind of you to come, and you are very nice. The carpenter said nothing but, cut us another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf, I've had to ask you twice. It seems a shame, the walrus said, to play them such a trick. After we've brought them out so far and made them trot so quick. The carpenter said nothing but, the butter's spread too thick. I weep for you, the walrus said, I deeply sympathize. Holding a pot with sobs and tears, he sorted out those of the largest size. Holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes. Oh, oyster, said the carpenter, we've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? But answer came there none. And this was scarcely odd, because they'd eaten every one.
Poor little oyster.
Did y'all ever think about what was going on in that fellow's head when he wrote that? That and Jabberwocky is just
I love that.
Mushrooms.
astounding stuff.
I had mushrooms from a picnic.
Yeah, I just, I don't know what was available there for that time. But I did find the source of my dee. If I turn my video off, it goes away. That's why I haven't been snubbing you guys. I just, it gets to a point I just can't stand it anymore. So, anyway,
It's not in his head.
it's Sandy. I think it's your turn. Have you lost your partner there? Or?
Yeah, he had to run to the store, and so I was looking for just a little easy piece. Normally I go to these Zooms by myself and play native flute, but there's a traditional Irish air called Down by Solly Gardens. Probably everybody's sung that or played that. We have an arrangement of it, and we might do that later. But also in our church, we use it for the Sanctus sometimes in the spring, because it's taken from the English folk song mass. And so sometimes we do it on these Renaissance instruments and play this traditional Irish air, and all the people sing it. So I'm just going to run through it. I'm not going to sing it.
Let me mute everybody.
Okay.
Don't forget to unmute yourself.
So this might be a recognizable melody that you might want to hear and sing along if you know Down by the Solly Gardens. Just a simple little melody.
Yay, beautiful.
I was noticing that you and Stuart were pretty much fingering the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the key of D.
Slight difference. Stuart, for some reason, you don't have any audio.
Yeah, we could probably play a duet on that. Yeah, I've got parts where I played all different things, but
Is he saying something you can hear?
I can't hear him. It says he's not muted, but I can't hear it.
Yeah. Stuart, try something.
I
Nope.
can't hear it.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on.
You lost your voice there, man. No, we sure can't hear you when you're muted. Try another microphone. Do you have another microphone? Start the program over again or something like that. I don't know what else to tell you. You are next, so you better come up with something.
I better come up with something.
That'll be the really quietest flute you've ever, whistle you've ever played. Hey, you could even sing at the same time you're, don't poke me in the eye. Put something in the, whoops. Okay, well, he went away. Well, I think he went away to come back again in a minute. I don't think we lost him permanently. And since Chip is now gone, and Terry is gone, it's down to Mary Jane, and then maybe we can pick Stuart up after you. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. Oh, there's Stuart. Hey, say something, Stuart. Say something. Clap your hands.
Ha ha.
Ah, there you are.
Well,
Okay.
that was weird. That was weird, wasn't it?
It really was. I'm going to unmute everybody. And now I'm going to mute everybody, and you can unmute yourself.
Anyway, I was playing an octave under Sandy, and it sounded great with the low whistle and that recorder there. And I could hear the duet. I'm the only one that could, so you can hear me, right? Wait, we said, okay. This is a Ewan McCall song about the gypsies. It's more whimsical, about a dying pastime, way of life, than it is. No one dies, best I can tell. I'm a freeborn man of the traveling people. Got no fixed abode with nomads, I am numbered. Country lanes and byways were always my ways. I never fancied being lumbered. Oh, we knew the woods and the resting places, and the small birds sang when winter days were over. Then we'd pack our load and be on the road. Those were good old times for a rover. Oh, I've known life hard and I've known it easy, and I've cursed the life when winter days were dawning. But I've laughed and sung through the whole night long, seen the summer sunrise in the morning. There was open ground where a man could linger for a week or two, for time was not our master. Then away you'd jog with your horse and dog, nice and easy, no need to go faster. meet up with other travelers, hear the news or else share family information. At the country fairs you'll be meeting there all the people of the traveling nation. I made willow creoles and the heather besoms, and I've even done some begging and some hawking, and I've laid up spent, hopped up in my tent, and I've listened to the old folk talking. All you freeborn men of the traveling people, every tinker, rolling stone, and gypsy rover, winds of change are blowing, old ways are going. Your traveling days will soon be over. Winds of change are blowing, old ways are going. Your traveling days will soon be over.
Yay!
As my backdrop says, we'll give him a hand.
Yeah.
Why don't do that too?
Okay. Well,
Just before you move on, I was at a slaughter and man check. There were two young people panhandling. One young woman had had one arm missing, and she was holding up a sign that says, "I need a hand." I thought, I got to give it to her. She was going with it. So,
well,
story.
she knew how to get to your head, right?
We have one that only has one hand too.
Yeah,
she
there you
doesn't
go.
have a hand.
Yeah.
When we rescued her, she didn't have an arm. They had to do a surgery, and she still had the stitches where they had to take it off. I think she was in a big fight or something.
Wow.
So she needs a hand too. But she's very loving. She cries at the door when we play. So that's why we keep having to let the door. She wants to go in and out.
Well, I think it was somebody like Ray Bradbury that said that a door is what a dog is on the wrong side of.
Yeah.
A door is what a dog is on the wrong side of.
I didn't hear any chuckle from her. Okay, Mary Jane, you can have it now. So I'll mute everybody.
Okay, I'm going to do Danny Boy on the ukulele. So don't freak out when you hear the sound of the instrument. love you so. But if you come and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead as dead I will maybe, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I will know how soft you tread above me, and all my grave will richer, sweeter be. And you'll bend down and tell me that you love me, and I will rest in peace until you come to me.
Lovely.
Hooray!
You were an A, weren't you?
Yes, I was in A.
Good,
That's
so was I.
the only key I can sing.
Well, that's good that y'all are both in the same key. That makes
That's the key that Johnny Cash sings it in, by the way.
well, we got Tom missing again, and so I guess there's just me. So I'll do this piece, couple of discouraging pieces here. We have to keep up the whole idea of nothing's too good to be sad about. So here we go. The first one's called Whipping Winds. Across the wild terrain, we saw it coming. It was visible by walls of dust. Whipping winds hit hard. Temperatures dropped like lead. We all bent over to walk across to the shed. Thank goodness we'd stocked up on wood and food last week. All the signs were there across the plains and in the sky. Babies cried and women wailed as drafts cut through comfort. We felt before the beginning of the wails of whipping winds. And then there's another one called I'm Empty that's just downright depressing. Whatever things have spread across my mind since all good things came to an end are vanished now beyond ability to find. If they were once so clear and evident, it seems they would be still. I couldn't be half confident. Would you look outside my mind for me? It's dark, I know, but I would be so glad to find out why I'm frozen, not free. Quick, I think I see something over there in that space, the space that used to be me before one day when I suddenly ceased to care.
There I am.
Yay.
Now, if that isn't depressing, I don't know what is.
We put all the sharp instruments away over here, so.
Yes, yes. Well, I bought 3 of those little tiny ceramic knives today at an estate sale, so I guess I'll have to keep them away from myself.
Crayons only, Rick.
Hey, any idea how to sharpen those ceramic knives? I don't have a clue. I'm sure Mr. Google will probably know the answer. Okay, well, since I've finished, it must be around the cycle again. It's 10 minutes till 5. I don't think we'll make it all the way through another one, but we can at least, before we turn it over to Dave to finish up, give him something to have fun with here. It has to be very cheerful, Dave. I'm sorry, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Well, this is about um,
Whoop, up, whoop, up. I muted you. Sorry.
so this is about a man pursuing his passion. So that must be fairly upbeat. It's by John Masefield and it's called Sea Fever.
Oh.
And the tune is Matt Hyland. And after I finish singing the poem, I like to follow it up with a little jig called Out on the Ocean. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick and the wind's song and the white sails shaking and a gray mist on the sea's face and a gray dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and a quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, let's see. I guess it's time for the one-handed Sandy Horton.
Okay. Um,
Let me mute everybody here for you.
okay.
Beep beep beep. Monk.
Okay, I'm going to do another O Caroline or Caroline song. This one's called The Young Catherine. I don't really know the story behind it, but it's a nice little tune, and it's in the key of A minor if anybody wants to play along. That had an unpremeditated ending that had never been played before. I just made it up.
Nice.
Unpremeditated. Gosh, that sounds like murder, doesn't it?
Unpremeditated. Somebody said that the other night on a jazz thing I was playing on, and he said that. I thought it was really cute because it wasn't premeditated. It was just made up.
Right. That sounds like most jazz. Cool. You were playing the recorder on a jazz piece?
Well, no, it was on a world flute circle, and we all play native flutes, but we play jazz on native flutes. On the native flutes, you they're they can't play as much as a recorder can, but you can still play. There's about 7 different scales. You can do a gypsy scale, a Japanese scale, a jazz scale, a blues scale. You can do lots of little pentatonics, and so you can create songs on all these different scales, and that's what we do. We just create different. It's all made up stuff. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
Okay. Well, cool. Um, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and do one last piece, and then Dave, and then that's it. Because it's getting rolling right up there against 5 o'clock. So here we go. Song circle. We circle and sing while harmonies wind and voices ring. The voices sing words and sometimes lament about things in the world and people's lives spent having families and jobs, and then it's the end. All stretched out and silent, no more will they bend. Sometimes we hear in the circle so round a voice, all alone, ululating and skating its sound, a cry for peace or a cry from pain, no matter of which we judge them all to be sane. Then instruments join in to bolster that voice in carrying knowledge and making its choice. All join in marrying sound to the words, sung sweetly, discreetly, not sounding like birds. Until we listen and hear each time slowly a song we must sing quietly, not coyly. The parting glass will sound out our remorse, going our separate ways, which we must, of course. But listen each month and you'll hear a sweet sound as back to this place our feet will have found, and singing again will keep us on top to life in this world, which for us will not stop. So, unmute all. And Dave, are you ready to have it?
Parting glass, followed by happy to meet and sorry to part.
Let me wait. Let me mute everybody. Okay.
All the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. And all the harm that I ever did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town, who sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheek and ruby lip, I own she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had. They're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts I ever knew, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be with you all. I'll softly rise and I'll gently call, good night and joy be with you all. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick, for organizing.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I didn't do much. I didn't do much in the way of organizing, but it was fun nonetheless.
Thank
See
you
you
all.
over and on.
So next month.
Over and out.
La-di-da.
See you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.